Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we're going to quickly look at a bunch of amazing knives that I got sent in for sharpening. Now, most of these you're not going to be able to find unless if you look on the secondary market, but these knives do show up on the secondary market, so, they're still obtainable. This is the Custom Knife Factory Evo 2.0, one of my favorite knives that I still don't own. I want one of these so bad. This is such an awesome knife, but they are not cheap. The action is just so good. My favorite version of this is the full titanium frame lock version. This one is titanium on this side and then carbon fiber on this side. The action is insanely good, and it has the external stop pins, rock solid lockup, and a beautiful sheep's foot. Nice, deep, thin, hollow ground sheep's foot with a beautiful satin M390. Just an amazing, amazing knife. I love this thing. And the ergos, it's so comfortable in the hand. I love how it leans forward. What a great knife. Let's check out the next one. We're going to get through these pretty quick. I'm just showing them off. This next knife is a Dan Carraher knife. This is, I've never tried one of these. This thing is pretty awesome. We have a Tonto blade that has a recurve in it with a beautiful satin finish. I love how this tip spear points out. Super unique. Nice little recurve there. We have thumb stud action. Whew, this thing is so smooth. Thumb stud action. Great detent on the thumb studs. Good access to the lock bar. Super smooth. And then we have a very minimalistic flipper tab. It's a small flipper tab, so you do have to mean to flip it, but it works great. Works great. You just have to, make sure you, try to flip it. You don't want to just break the detent, so to speak, because you can just fail it if you do that. But if you try to flip it at all, flips great. So no complaints. Very, very smooth. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it's also an integral. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. One solid piece of titanium this handle is. The ergos are pretty comfortable, considering, it's not like the most comfortable knife ever, and I am pretty far away from the blade, but because of the way the flipper tab is designed, you can get up nice and close to that blade. You can feel the blade is heavy. Nice and thick. Look at those thumb studs. This is just a gorgeous piece right here. Definitely something special in anybody's collection. I've never tried any of Dan's custom knives, but he does have a beautiful lineup. I'm going to follow him right now. Follow back. Let's check out some of his knives really quick. Go follow him on Instagram. He's doing some beautiful pieces. All right, let's check out the next one. Now, there is something special in this box that I've never tried before. Not this one right here, but it's coming up soon. We have a Strider. This is an M Strider. Now, this one's in XHP. I love me some XHP. I have a similar Strider knife. This one is the drop point version. Beautiful, deep, hollow ground blade. Mine is a flat grind. I love these hollow grinds. Oh, that looks so gorgeous. I can tell the sharpening. It was going on the right track. It just wasn't finished. You can see where they moved on through the stones without finishing the first stone. It happens, man. That's why I try to drill in people's heads. And listen, I've done it too. Where you move on to the next stone before you finish with the first stone. You want to get everything done with the first stone. All the other stones after that, when you're sharpening, are for the finish. The edge should be razor sharp and exactly what you want from the first stone. Just because that way you reprofile, you have a beautiful sharp edge from heel to tip before you ever move on. But Beautiful blade shape. This one's actually done pretty good. The stick is not so bad. The thing with these is that they tend to get a lot of lock stick and everything. This one's not bad. This one's actually pretty decent. But who knows? It might get lock. It probably will get lock stick in the future. But yeah, USA made. Mick Strider. All right, let's get to the next one. You know, and that was a titanium frame lock, guys. I'm sorry. That's an over travel stop right here, or a lock bar stabilizer. It prevents you from over bending the lock bar when you unlock it. You know, it kind of stops you. Then we have a G10 on this side that's super grippy, kind of a golf ball pattern, and it has, this is all a part of the G10 side. So it's a two-piece construction. I forget what they call, like a monoblock. I don't know. I forget. Next. Okay. So I might as well pull both of these out because these are special. All right. So recently I showed, this is a different one too, the Koenig Arius. Now this is, like I said before, probably, I hate to say one of the best because it's practically like the best production knife that you can get in the USA. Now that's arguable, but it is at the very least, it's in the top 5, right? It is an amazing amazing production knife. Nice deep hollow ground blade, the fit, the finish. It is so good, and there's a lot of hand finishing work. Now, the one I've never tried of this, well, first of all, I'd love to try the mini, but I've never tried a non-flipper. And we have a non-flipper here. So this is my first time ever getting to try one of these. Oh. So, oh man, this is so good. This is definitely one of my grails right here. Holy cow, this is so good. So smooth, the action is so good. The hole lands in a great spot for the reverse flick. Not saying that it wouldn't be cool if this fuller ran up just a little bit so you could flick it right there, but still, lands in a great spot, man. The ergos, this is, for me personally, this is super comfortable. And up here, even more comfortable. I don't know about more, but it's really comfortable. Great access to the lock bar. I love the way they did this jimping there. Stupid smooth. Even the thumb flick. Man, this thing kicks. So good. Just a beautiful knife. Good looking knife. Sexy knife. And it is just badass. All around badassery. Bill Koenig does an incredible job. Lots of milling on the inside. Heavy, heavy milling on the inside. This one actually doesn't have a lot of milling. Only on this side. This side does not have any milling, but that's probably because they put, you know, this stuff in there. Now this one has milling on both sides, heavy duty. Fantastic knives. Let's get to these next ones, because I'm not going to be able to control myself. All right. So we got a couple more knives though. Not done yet. This next one is, oh, I got one of these. Oh man, I love these. The Slim Midi. These you can get. The Slim Midi Marauder. They come up available in lots of knife dealers and also through Medford. Very, very smooth. This is a ball bearing Medford, which Medford doesn't do a lot of ball bearing knives, so great knife though. Love the design. Super slim, super thin blade stock. Nice hollow ground blade. Very, very smooth on the drop. Super compact. The clip works great. Not the tightest clip, but they work, you know. But yeah, just a great EDC, because that is something that Medford is not really known for, right? Medford is more known for those ridiculous, hard use, crazy, overbuilt tank knives. So I think that's awesome. Even the regular Marauder, even though it is overbuilt like a tank, it's still a great knife. Which I would love to get one of those one of these days. Or like a Midi Marauder, not the Slim Midi, but the Midi Marauder. Oh, I'd love to get one of those. This is a Les George Custom CTSXHP. Another USA made knife. Beautiful knife. Titanium frame lock. Kind of a simple design, you know, just a regular frame lock, but that's kind of the beauty of it. He makes simple designs. The ergos, very neutral, even in like the reverse grip for cutting straps, super comfortable in all the grips. It is a robust drop point blade. The action is really good for washers because these are always on washers, but this is one of the smoothest ones I've ever felt. A little tiny bit of play in the pivot, but that's probably just a turn of the pivot. And that might be why it's so smooth. Because dang it, this thing is good. The last one I tried was, I mean, it was good. It was good, but man, that lockup, listen to that. But no, the last one I tried, the detent was a little too light, and the action was a little slow. Really quick, we're going to check out a couple more knives that I also have in for sharpening from somebody else. This is the CKF Snafu. I love these knives. I've tried custom versions and the custom knife factory versions, which are different. The custom knife factory version does OEM work, and then there's the actual custom version. But great flipping action. These are integrals, so it's one solid piece of titanium. We have the thumb studs. This one has a smaller choil, and also this one's the Tonto. They do have a drop point version. They have different versions of this. Hollow ground blade that actually tapers to a little bit thicker up here in the front. This one's a bit smaller than the other ones I remember, but fantastic knives. They look great. It looks mean. It looks big, but it's actually not too big. But great knife, man. They're just beautiful, great, solid, well-built knives. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with Custom Knife Factory and everything, you know, with everything that's going on right now, because they are made in Russia. Beautiful Damascus clip, or actually, it looks like a Mokatai clip. Beautiful. All right, one other one. Well, from this guy, and then we'll get to the rest of the other box. This is a beast. We got the Strider XL SMF, I think it is. Wow. This thing, look at this. Look at this. I'm back here. Look at that. You can choke up. This thing is a beast. Beautiful Tonto. We have a hollow down here, then a flat up here with a tip that points down. So even though it is a Tonto with a beautiful secondary edge for, you know, opening things up or whatever you're going to do with that edge, you can also use the tip very easily. It hooks down, which is really cool. And when you're actually cutting with these things, as long as you can keep things out of this this big old choil, which is actually pretty cool, you can go like this with it. This is badass. But you can actually trap things into this cut a little bit better than possibly other Tontos or knives with bellies. Maybe a little bit. I haven't cut with this one, but, you know, it seems as so. The action is great on this one. Great example. Full titanium. What's the steel on this one? This one's D2. The action, the blade is really heavy and the detent is very light, but you can swing it out with a good flick. These are beasts, man. Holy cow, this thing's a beast. Look at how broad that is right there. You guys can't tell how broad that is, but here's a normal knife. You can see how... This is the American Blade Works Model 1 full titanium frame lock. About an average size knife. What a beast. All right, let's get to the rest of these knives. All right, one more. I think it's only one more. Yes, one more really quick. This is the CKF or CRK. The CRK, the Chris Reeve knives, Umnumzun. Great example, man. I can tell this one's definitely broken in. Very smooth. This is how they get. A lot of times, when you first get them, they're super tight. But this one is a great example of what winds up happening after they've been loved. My one biggest complaint with these is, man, I feel this clip. This one, maybe it's just this one. I can't remember if the last one I felt was like that, but man, that clip really gets in your hand. But either way, it is a comfortable knife aside from that. Access to the lock bar is really good. My one other complaint that I honestly, this is one thing that kind of pulls me away from this knife is the thumb studs. I do not like these thumb studs. They suck. I don't know what it is with Chris Reeves and the thumb studs. They just do not want to produce good thumb studs. The original, the Sebenza 21, I hate the thumb studs. That's why I switched them on mine. Mine has a great thumb stud now, but it's aftermarket. These, they're super slick. So they either go from super pokey cones or super slippery domes. But it still works just fine, especially when you have the rubber O-rings around them. And what that does is it makes it quiet when you hear. You can't hear it really, barely. But also, it kind of does add a little bit of grip, so you can flick it. But man, this is a great example, though. So it just needs a new edge. That's it. Great knife. I love this little pin back here, little pop of color. Titanium. This one's probably S35, but I'm not sure. They are starting to do them in S45 now. So this is a little glass breaker up on top, so you can break them windows. So there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.